Black supremacist Natia Sisia. Join the website kingnobleuncensored.com. I hope you are all feeling okay. I hope everybody is doing well. However, I want to bring this to your attention, especially in light of what has recently happened with Natureboy and Melanation over in Costa Rica, because I see a lot of responses to what has happened, and a lot of people are basically ridiculing him and clowning him and saying, he should have had his passport, he should have put his hands up, got off the bus, and just signed the papers, and everything would have been okay. Because, they let the white boys free, so obviously they would have let him free. Well, I think people are a little quick to judge in this instance. And not only are they a little quick to judge, but a lot of you know better, because a lot of you claim to be conscious, awoke, or have some type of spiritual enlightenment. And if you were so spiritually enlightened, you basically should have been broadcasting the message, just comply with the beast, just comply with the beast, just comply with the beast, because that's a lot of what I hear right now, right? It's one thing to say, okay, he escalated the situation, but it's another thing to just basically, behave as though this system is not what it is, or that it's not out to get you. Now, for all of those who are laughing at basically what happened over there in Costa Rica, one thing stood out to me is that a lot of people were saying that Costa Rica is the United States. Well, if that's a case, you can expect a lot of what happened there to happen to you in America. And not only can it happen to you, you don't have to leave the country. Look here. These are all articles that are posted yesterday, 3 days ago, 14 hours ago, yesterday, 3 days ago, yesterday. So this is about around the time when Natureboy was accosted over there in Costa Rica and Limon, right? So 3 days ago, 2 days ago. So what's interesting, though, is that when you read these articles, they're talking about Americans needing passports, right? So I can go and I could open up one of these. I was reading one a minute ago, and it was the Forbes one. It was very interesting, but I'm pretty sure they're all pretty similar. So let me open this one, for example. So, a lot of you basically you spoke a little too soon. You had your first laugh, and there's somebody else is still laughing though, and it's not going to be you. Some Americans may need a passport to fly domestically in 2018. So beginning January, and actually this is something that a lot of you may have forgot about, because I remember hearing about this, and I don't know why it is that you all may have forgotten, but it says in January 2018, some U.S. residents may need to carry a passport to fly domestically. The move is part of the Real ID Act, which requires states to issue driver's licenses that comply with federal standards. Some U.S. residents may need to bring a passport with them to fly domestically in 2018. The Transportation Security Administration will stop accepting driver's licenses that don't comply with the Real ID Act beginning January 22nd, 2018. The act requires states to adopt certain federal standards for issuing and producing licenses. The act was passed in Congress in 2005 in the aftermath of 9/11, but enforcement has been rolling out in stages since 2013. Proponents say the move will enhance national security and cut down on identity theft. Sure. So far, 25 states are compliant with the Real ID Act, according to the TSA website. That means residents in states like Arizona, Texas, and New Mexico can continue to board domestic flights with their driver's license as their main form of identification. The federal government granted extensions to travel to several states in 2016, giving them extra time to comply with the act before the January 2018 enforcement date. The Department of Homeland Security is currently reviewing those extension requests and will update the TSA website as they are granted. Currently, states like New York, California, and New Jersey have their extensions requests reviewed. If they are not granted by January 22nd, residents will need a passport to travel on domestic flights. So they could just reject these and, force you to get a passport and take it from there. All of this means is that it's still too early to tell whether your driver's license will be a valid form of identification on domestic flights, and the TSA is still reviewing most extension requests. But you may want to prepare anyway and look into getting a new passport, or make sure your current one is up to date. So, the same type of situation that basically in Costa Rica. it's going to hit home, basically, and you might not be so quick to want to judge, in the future, because right now they're saying that you need this to travel. This could easily boil over into to driving, and of course I mean travel by plane, but this could spill over into by car and by foot. And what is to stop them? If you don't want to rise up, if you don't want to see anybody else rise up, and if it's all just a laughing matter, what is to stop them from telling you, you know what, you cannot go across the street, you can't travel down the hall in a building, or you basically can't go nowhere unless they tell you. And these things, it looks like it's far-fetched, but give them a little time. And if nobody wants to protest in any type of way, nobody wants to fight, or they decide whether they think it's just about whether you call yourself black or whether you call yourself something else. But when they look at you, they still see you as however they want to view you. I would like to wonder, I really do wonder if those people who say they're not black, if they're going to have some type of different paperwork, if that's going to protect them, or if obviously they're just going to comply and still consider themselves to be not black, not part of the system, but their own race of special beings who basically are better than black people. That's pretty much all that they can surmise. But this is what I basically wanted to let you know. I could go on and read more articles, but I think you should go and do some research for yourself. And I'm sorry to be a party pooper and everything, but I'm not so sorry. Join the website KNobleUncensored.com. Again, right now, you can see more videos up there that are not released on YouTube. And subscribe to King Noble's channel at kingnobleguru.com. So like, subscribe, and share this video so other people can know what's going on. Peace.